Hey everyone! Welcome to my channel. My name is Sonia and I'm a senior at Boston University studying journalism. And I just wanted to create a space where I could talk about all things college, BU, and even Boston or the transition to the city. So I thought the best way to start was at the beginning. And today I'm going to be talking all about my college application process. So in high school, I feel like I was kind of a part of everything academically that I could be. I was taking APs, I was in student council, National Honor Society, I was editor of the yearbook. And so I definitely packed my application with a lot of extracurriculars. I was doing volunteer work and things like that. So I felt like I had a lot to talk about in my application. But during my application process, I was the first one of my siblings to go to college, so I had no idea what I was doing. My parents were a little lost too, and we were very confused on how the whole process worked. I didn't know what areas to put emphasis on and even how to write my essay the best. My dream school actually wasn't BU. I had always wanted to go to Dartmouth, which is in my home state of New Hampshire. And honestly, the reason I wanted to go there was more of it being an Ivy League college. I liked the idea of saying I could get into an Ivy League. I didn't get in fact, and that was probably the greatest thing that ever happened to me because I might not have decided on BU. I remember touring BU, and as much as I was not considering it as my top option, I couldn't deny the fact that everyone was there to welcome me. I felt like the tour guides, just people walking by, were smiling. It was such an overwhelming feeling of being accepted that I couldn't ignore it. So, like I mentioned, I'm from New Hampshire and I'm from a very small town. My graduating class was about 80 people. I'd always wanted to go to a place that had different ideas and where people didn't judge you so much if you didn't think what they thought. I never found my true passion, and I am a journalism major now, but I went in as a health science major actually, so I switched my major. I kind of went in thinking more of I need to make money and I need to listen to people who think that journalism is a dying profession. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I remember sitting in orientation and thinking that all of these people around me had some passion, that's why they were at BU. And I was so wrong because not everyone knows what they want to do the second they step foot on a college campus, and it took me a while to figure out some of a path. I still don't know exactly what I want to do, but I've got a good idea. So I mentioned I took some AP classes. I think I took 3 AP classes, maybe 4, but my school didn't offer that many, so I took all the ones that my school offered. I did well in them. I had a high GPA, and I did a lot of extracurriculars, so I definitely had a good amount of stuff to list on my application. And then, of course, the college essays. I actually wrote my college essay about being a vegetarian, which was kind of weird now that I think about it. Also, disclaimer, I am not at all involved in admissions, so I really have no idea how they decide on different applications and what that process looks like, but I'm just giving you my personal experience. So I think on my application I just was very robotic. I had good grades and I did a lot of extracurriculars. So I definitely didn't let my true self come through in my application. I think that that's the biggest piece of advice I would give. And if you're also worried about what to put on your application, if you're debating listing some things versus others, definitely show things that you're most passionate about. There's really nothing wrong with putting more. So I wouldn't worry too much if you don't have a lot of clubs and things that you do. Definitely put anything that you've been a part of. It could be a summer job. It could even be babysitting or something like that that you've had experience with and that's taught you some kind of lesson. Because honestly, colleges just want to see that you're well-rounded and that you're gonna come to their school and work hard. And same goes for grades. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I definitely had a high GPA. I think my GPA was 4.3 something, so it was high. My high school was tiny and it was a public school, and if I'm being honest, I don't think a lot of people tried there, so I was probably pretty unique just in that aspect. But obviously BU didn't know that, so they're looking at me the same way that they look at everyone else. And then with test scores, that's another thing that is really stressful. I took the SAT at school. I did really bad. I don't remember what I got. I was so embarrassed. I ended up taking the ACT and I did better on it. I didn't do great. I wasn't the highest score. I think I got a 29, which isn't the highest score. I think it's a good score, so it definitely helped me. I didn't even share my SAT. I just put my ACT on my college applications because my SAT, if you did the conversion from SAT to ACT, it was like just, they didn't even match. So my ACT was higher overall, and it would have equated to a higher SAT score. So yeah, think of all the things that make you unique. Talk about something that is special to you and make your college essay different, because these people are reading the same thing. They probably get a lot of stereotypical essays, so if you can stand out, that's really what you need. And BU is such a great school. I highly recommend applying and coming here if you get in, because I don't think I would be the same person if I hadn't come to BU. I feel like I've had so many different experiences since I've been at BU. I've definitely taken full advantage of my time here. And if you guys want to hear more about it, leave me a comment down below about what you're interested in seeing me talk about. So I can talk about really anything related to college or BU specifically. I changed my major, so that's something. I can talk about internships, being a student brand ambassador, jobs on campus, just life in the city and the transition. So really anything you can think of, any college questions you have, go ahead and leave them down below and just tell me some things you'd like to see in future videos. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram, and that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!